smashing windows. They're burning up our thrifty drugstore.
We're looking at mass looting going on right in front of the station.
2,000 or more National Guard troops expected within the next 2 hours.
They hear and they see that nothing is being done. So they're like, well, I'm going to go out and get something. We lived through the 60s, and I don't believe that I'm seeing this again in my lifetime.
We knew that something was going to happen if the jury came back and found those police officers not guilty or innocent, if you will, of beating Rodney King. We just did not know where that it would come from. We had people who'd call the station on the air and off the air as well, and they would say, you know, if they find those cops innocent and this da-da-da, and, you know, some you take with a grain of salt, but there were too many. And they were from like different people. It wasn't like unorganized. After a while being in the business, you can tell when you're getting a setup call or organized call. These were just different people from different persuasions and age groups, you could tell, and backgrounds articulating the same frustrations about the situation in Los Angeles as far as what they felt the treatment from African Americans. And so we knew something was going to happen. We just did not know where it was going to jump off. So when the verdict came, that was our mission, to be ready for anything that came down. And that's what happened.
We just decided to call it an extended version of the front page. The front page was a talk show that Carl and I began maybe about 2 or 3 weeks prior to that, maybe a month or so, that we ran maybe about 5:30 in the morning, just before the morning show started, which I was hosting at the time. And we started an extended version of the front page, and little did we know that extension would continue over the next 3 or 4 days, and it was just an unbelievable experience, unbelievable.
Let's go back to the phones. Good evening. You're on the special edition of Front Page. What is your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Joyce, calling from Long Beach.
Yes, Joyce.
I just wanted to say that people are appalled to what's going on, but what do they expect? I mean, they take our trial and put it into an all-white community, you know, whereas we have no say-so over what's going on. Whereas it took place within our community, why can't we justify whether those police officers are guilty or not?
I think that Rodney King was very, very, very unfairly treated, and the trial is pretty much rigged as far as the jury and their opinion, because it seems that they had already made up their minds before they had even gone into deliberation.
We're angry because it's showing that we as blacks together are nothing. That's what they're saying to us. We mean nothing, nothing from the top to the bottom, and we need to come together.
We can't mistake where it emanates, and it doesn't emanate from people who just have a bad attitude, who want to let off some steam on a summer night. The black community in Los Angeles has been simmering and is now boiling because we have simply had enough of injustice, and I hope that more constructive ways will come out to express our anger. But you have to look at what happened during the course of this trial to understand why it's such a hot cauldron right now. When you see that there are no African Americans on that jury, when you recognize that these officers, some of them had abusive cases before, and that they made racist remarks both before, during, and after the incident, our best option is to really focus on registering people for this proposition that's coming up on the June ballot, and for us to concert our efforts in getting rid of Daryl Gates. He has been the chief of this department. He has spearheaded much of the racism that we've experienced, and it's also time for us to come together and recognize who we are.
Carl Nelson.
We decided to turn the airwaves over to our listeners, and allow them to relieve the stress, get it off their chest, but also come up with some ideas. How can we do? And the voting issue, again, was one of the things that we discussed, because a lot of us don't like to register to vote because some don't want to go serve on jury duty. There you go, the jury duty again, the jury, all-white jury in Simi Valley sets the police free who beat up Rodney King. So that was one solution and a lot of people said, well, I'm going to do it this time. I'm going to go around and I'm going to register to vote.
I'm sitting here almost in tears. I can't believe that these kids, these people are out of here doing this to our community. I mean, we are people who go to work hard every day to have what we have. I'm proud to tell people that I live in Baldwin Hills. I'm proud to tell people that if they want to consider it South Central L.A., it's South Central L.A., but there are good people here. I came home from work tonight right there at the intersection of La Brea and Rodeo, and I'm looking at women out there cheering these people on. They're smashing windows. They're burning up our thrifty drugstore. They're burning our supermarkets. Where the hell else can we go to get food and get treated with some amount of decency? Are we going to go to Westchester? They're going to sneer at us when we walk in there. Yes, I'm hurt that the verdict was what it was, but I'm hurt for my people. These people have got to listen. This certainly isn't what you call a damn revolution.
Not at all.
Revolution brings about positive change.
Recall Reed.
Looking out of the window, and first, of course, is disbelief. You're like, well, you kind of feel like you're watching a movie. We're so desensitized by watching movies and television with all the special effects and things that are out now. It's just like, nothing really shocks you. But then you kind of look at it, and it's like, well, nobody said cut, no commercial came on. This is real.
As we can see,
drove a truck through the window.
Going through this window on Crenshaw Boulevard.
And this man has taken no account for the damage to his own vehicle.
Right.
He's ramming
trying
a
to get
store
into
window.
A store window.
And there's nothing of value in that store.
One guy was breaking into a TV repair shop. Man, 90% of the TVs in there didn't even work. That's why they were in there. It's just, where's the logic? People were doing things just to say, well, I broke something, or I stole something, or I did this and I did that. I just thought it was ridiculous.
Special edition of Front Page on 102.3 KJLH, Compton, Los Angeles. There's something going on right in front of the station. Again, what's happening?
They're trying to get into the appliance place right across the street.
It's like a tow truck is trying to hook up.
Well, I think what's happening is that there are bands of people that are going street by street, and now they've worked their way up Crenshaw. Now there's about, it's like a drive-through at a fast food restaurant.
What I'm seeing is this is what bothers me. It's like people are watching television, and they're listening to the radio, obviously.
Right.
They hear and they see that nothing is being done. So they're like, well, I'm going to go out and get something.
I think the station's coverage was sort of exemplary because as with the coverage was spontaneous, as with the reaction to what was going on in the street was spontaneous.
Okay, let's go back to the phone lines. Good evening. You're on Front Page. What is your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Gretchen. I'm calling from the Gardena area. Basically, it's border on Carson and Compton area. You see these, I guess the people in the community who are looting, they don't realize how much they're going to pay for it in the long run. They have looted ABC Market and Ralph's Market. That will increase the prices. They're walking out right now with free merchandise, but they don't realize that
it'll cost them in the long run.
They will pay for it. We will all pay for it in the African-American community.
I think the radio station understood the potency of the spoken word, because a lot of times black radio we like to play music and goof off and give away prizes, and basically that's what radio is really, for entertainment. But I think because we have gotten a mandate from our owner, Stevie Wonder, that we're here to serve the community, and we're here to make a difference, because he's always telling us we can make a difference. We can touch so many people at any given time, just immediately. And so we should use the medium.
We're looking at mass looting going on right in front of the station.
Also, from Compton, we have word now that 8 fires have been set, all believed to be in businesses on Wilmington Avenue, north of Compton Boulevard. Also, Rick, I'd like to point out now they just got this in off the wires. They say the Landmark Shopping Center that has anchored Rodeo and La Brea for more than 3 decades is on fire. I think they're referring to Shoppers World.
Oh, my God. That's over there. Thrifty, Shoppers World, that whole area.
Thrifties, yeah.
So far, 72 known injured, 2 deaths, one from gunshot wounds, the other from falling out of a traveling car. A truck driver who was pulled from his rig at Florence and Normandy is undergoing surgery. The guy we saw on television with the red rig. Ground. Yeah, he's undergoing surgery right now. Firefighter was shot in the face. He's in surgery right now. Daniel Freeman Hospital in Inglewood is reporting its emergency room is overloaded with 25 emergency patients just waiting to receive treatment, not including the ones inside already being taken care of.
Okay, just for more information, I'm just getting here. 2,000 or more National Guard troops expected within the next 2 hours.
Good evening, Reverend Jackson. Are you with us?
Yeah, I am with you.
Okay.
I'm with you with my prayers, with my thoughts. I've been on the phone with ministers.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Reverend Jackson. Something's happening directly across the street. Had our attention for a moment. This is absolutely ridiculous.
Might as well tell you, there's a liquor store over there, and a lot of people just crowding around it, Reverend.
And they just broke in. I can see people inside looting the store.